Hey guys, this is the Auto Enthusiast, and this is going to be a short video on figuring out how much your car is worth, whether it be a trade-in sale or a private sale. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ways that you can figure that out and what online sources are available for you to use. Once again, I'm not sponsored by any of the sites that I'm using. They are only sites that I've used in my experience and sites that I've recommended to others and helped them through. The first thing we're going to talk about is figuring out what your trade-in value is. So this site is Kelley Blue Book. It's a very common site. I talked a little bit about it in my previous video, but today we're going to look at how to figure out what exactly a dealer will give you for a trade-in value. Most dealers actually go by the KBB value. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to car values and trade-in and private parties. When you go to most dealers, they're going to do the same thing that I'm doing right now, and they're going to print this paper out, and that's what they're going to show you when they're saying, hey, this is what we can give you for the trade-in. Obviously, they will try to sometimes, like if you're like, hey, you know, I don't know if I want it now, they might try to like get you to buy the car by saying, hey, we'll add $200 onto your KBB trade-in value. Some dealers will also have deals where they'll be like, hey, we're going to give you $1,000 more than what your KBB trade-in value is, and that's a way to bring in customers. But moving on, this is how you're going to figure out what your trade-in value is. For all intents and purposes, we're going to use a 2010 Honda Civic with a, let's say, 80,000 miles on it. And that's what we're going to use for this video as an example car. So we're going to go to 2010. We're going to do Honda. These are very easy. Everything comes up. Model, Honda Civic. We're going to do, for style, we're just going to do the EX four-door sedan. And the mileage is 80,000. And we're just going to hit next, and it's going to ask us another set of questions. It says what are the options of on your vehicle. It shows the mechanical part. We're going to do the automatic. It has all these things that KBB already knows it has, so they check them off. We're going to go to the interior. We're going to say it has the CD player because it does. Oh, nope, the MP3, sorry. I was wrong there. It doesn't have premium sound, it doesn't have any of these things. KBB will check off what it has. We're going to say it has a power seat because a lot of them do, and then we're going to go to the exterior. And then it has all the options put in. Then you can choose the exterior color. We're going to go with it being black, which is a pretty common color for Civics. So we've inputted all this information. Most of it's actually inputted for us just because the trim listed here, KBB knows exactly what it's listed in, what's actually in this trim, and they also know the tendencies of who buys them and like the percentages, and this is they fill in the information of what the average person with this exact trim of the Civic has. So we have all that, and we're going to go down, and it asks, what is your vehicle's condition? And they give you a condition definition, excellent, very good, good, fair. Rarely are 80,000 mile cars going to be in excellent condition. Sometimes they'll be very good, but usually you're looking at a good or a fair condition. I'm going to put very good in just because I keep really good condition in my cars, and I'm going to go off that, so very good. And then we're going to hit get value. What's nice about KBB is they will give you a automatic value. You don't have to actually put in an email, send a message. If you go to a specific dealer, they're going to get all your information, and they're going to say, you know, we'll send it to you in an hour. With KBB, you're doing the same thing. They're giving you the best price, and you get to see it immediately. So it gives you the trade-in to the dealer and kind of like the range. So in very good condition, the trade-in value as of today, that car is worth this in this range, and then it gives you the average. And this is across the country. You can also change the condition. So if we're in good condition, it goes down, and if we're in excellent condition, it goes up. It's not that much of a big deal for the condition. It's pretty easy for a dealer to go in and make quick fixes on your car for very, very, very little money. So they don't care that much. You know, a little bit of rust. You know, a dealer can fix that quite easily. So you know, you can check this. They will give you a instant cash offer. KBB will buy your car, and then you can also look at the sell to a private party. And this is also an interesting tool. This is what KBB feels that you should ask for if you're going to sell to a private party. In very good condition as our initial listed, it's $8,704, which is much higher than the trade-in to dealer at this condition. It's about $1,000 more. So that is figuring out your trade-in value. Trade-in values are always going to be less than your private sale parties, but the trade-in values can be upped and when you're like going in to buy a new car from a dealer, because the dealer really wants to sell you the car, and there is some leeway in their price. They still make money if they increase this value for you. Knowing this trade-in price for the 2010 Honda Civic EX sedan, which is $7,457, we're going to take a look and see how much it's actually worth in your area for a private sale. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up a new tab of KBB. This is just the way I start. This is what I've done and what I've told other people and coached other people through. So we're going to look at KBB again. We're going to go to search your local inventory. We're going to put in, this is my zip code right now. I go to the University of New Hampshire, and we're going to put in, we're actually going to go pretty tight. We're going to go 50 miles, just so I know what it's worth in my area. And we're going to go to the Honda. I don't know if you guys can see the tab bar when the tab bar goes down. I think it's part of, there's an issue with my screen record. But I'm inputting a Honda. So I'm going to go to Civic, and then we're going to do the sedan here, just so we get that set up. And then we're going to hit View. So it's a very broad range here. There's 475 cars listed. I haven't actually gone in through the year and done that. So we're going to go to Filter Results up here, and it brings up another tab. And we're going to change the year. So we're going to shift the year to 2010. Get really specific here. Bring that one back down to 2010. And we're going to have, it's still loading. Less than 100,000 miles. Oops, sorry. We're going to have less than 100,000 miles. We're going to go less than 90,000, just so we can get a closer image of what it's worth. And there's no limit on the price range. Automatic. And we're going to hit Save. There are 6 cars in the area that have the same parameters. So we're going to take a look at what they are. And here we go. They're all LX sedans. So LX is actually the trim below the EX. So right off the bat, we can't see anything exactly. We can open up we're going to open up in a second, we're going to open up to a bigger window of search results. But just a comparison, here's a 2010 with, it's got 3,000 more miles than what we have on our show car, our example car. It's black. It's a lower trim of the one that we're trying to sell, and it's listed at $9,000 versus our trade-in of the $7,457. So right off the bat, you can see a private sale will get you more money. So what we can do is we can also go and open up our search results to a larger window and find the exact car. But I'm going to quickly show you one more site to see the private sales in the area. To list on KBB, there's actually a fee to list. I think it's $500. It might be a little bit less. Depends on the time of the year and whether they're offering deals on listing. But it does cost money to list your car on KBB. So we're going to go to Craigslist, which is a free site to list your car. And I'm just going to pick a big city. We're going to pick where I'm from, Boston, just so there are more cars. We're going to cars and trucks, and we're going to look at all cars and trucks. Here we're going to put in the model year is going to be a 2010. That's not 2010, it's 2010. 2010. And we're going to look up Civic. I can't type either. And we're starting to look at some of the Civics. So again, here is, it looks like even the same car, but it's not. A 2010 Civic, we're going to open that up. Here we go, a 2010 LX, which is a lower trim with 83,000 miles, let's say, is 9,300. We can go down, look at something else. Let's open that tab that we have here. This one has 83,000 miles. It's a lower trim, and it's 9,000. You guys can kind of see that these private sales are much higher. Craigslist is obviously a site, sometimes you want to be careful with, but selling your own car, as long as you know how to navigate Craigslist, which I'll put up a video in a little bit, like how to stay safe on Craigslist and how to avoid kind of sketchy situations when you're selling your car. As long as you know how to do that, Craigslist might be a really good place to sell your car. As a private sale, there is also no fee. So, all in all, find your trade-in value, you go to KBB. They'll give you kind of the same number as a dealer will give you for your trade-in. Those numbers are pretty low usually. Dealers aren't usually going to give you a lot of money for your car. If you've done anything to your car, let's say my Genesis Coupe, I have a lot of supporting and aftermarket mods to it. A dealer's not going to pay me extra money for those. They probably don't even want them because it's harder to sell a car like that to your average consumer, so they're going to give you this very low number. To find how much your car is worth for private sale, I'd look for the same car in the general area that you're in or where you want to sell it, and that'll give you a good price. Let's say I'm in New Hampshire. I see this car for $9,000. I might go list it on Craigslist or list it here for $300 less. And it's almost the same car. It's a higher trim. It'll catch their eye much quicker than this car. It will also be the first result. And then you can go on Craigslist and look at other cars. Craigslist is one of the biggest sites for people to use for private sales to make a little bit more money than the trade-in. A lot of people have successes and a lot of people have failures on Craigslist. And just watch out; it's a little bit sketchy, but browse the cars in here and get a good idea. So those are the two sites that I would encourage you to do to look at your car values. Thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I hope you watch my other videos. Check out some of the new reviews that I'm going to be putting out soon, and have a good day.